Hello, welcome to another video, another daily vlog. Today's Monday, I'm back at work, I'm working all of this week. We're in the middle of another heat wave, although it doesn't feel quite so bad at the moment. It's about 28 degrees on my drive down here. I've just come down to the riverside just to sort of get away from it for a little bit really. It's always very nice and peaceful down here, just sitting, listening to the birds singing. I think because it is so warm, there's not many people around today. So normally there's a few cars parked down this little lane that I'm parked on here, and it's just me at the moment. So it's great, just listening to the sounds of nature and just having a little chill really. So I hope you're all doing okay. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend. I had a really great time on Saturday. My daughter sent me a message to say that she was going to the park with Hugo. Did I fancy coming along? My wife was actually working on Saturday, so I thought, yeah, that'd be great. I'll go along and spend a little bit of time with Hugo. My daughter had also contacted my son, and he had come along with Elna as well. So I was there with both the grandkids, and we had a really great time at the park. They're so good together, they really are, and it was just nice spending a little bit of time, only for an hour or so, but we had some fun on the little things in the oh, I've forgotten my words. We had in the playground, on the swings and slides and climbing frames and what have you. They really did have a lovely time, and particularly on one of those sort of spinning roundabout things, they absolutely loved it. So I really enjoyed that. After that, I was planning to go to the historic dockyard, Chatham Historic Dockyard. I did go down there. I drove Doris down there, which was great. I got her out and had a little drive around, and Mike was asking actually how close the dockyard is to home. It's only about a 5 or 6 minute drive away, so it's not very far at all. I live in Gillingham, which is in Medway, part of the Medway towns, and they're basically the towns that sort of run alongside the River Medway. So we've got Chatham, where the historic dockyard is, we've got Rochester, Gillingham and Strood. So yeah, just had a little drive along to Chatham and visited the historic dockyard. They did have quite a few people there actually. It's very, very busy. So I couldn't park in the dockyard as you would normally do if you're visiting there, but we had to park a little way, a little sort of walk away, and then walk to the event, which was, you know, a little bit difficult in that heat. So I got there's a lot of people around. I didn't stay very long actually, but had a good little look around. I've been to the dockyard a few times before, and basically it's one of the areas where they do filming for a period drama here in the UK called Call the Midwife, and it's sort of set in I think they're in the 60s now, but it originally started off in the 50s, and it's sort of each year it moves forward a year, but they use a lot of 1950s and 60s cars, and there's quite frequently Morris Minors on the programme, and they have actually got their own Morris Minor at the dockyard to publicise the fact that they do Call the Midwife tours. So I've got a bit of video of the Morris Minor they have down there, and there's all sorts of things down there really. They have like a lifeboat museum, the ropery where you can see how ropes used to be made and all that sort of thing. There are a few historic ships down there. They've got a little sort of area of railway, I presume, where they used to move items around the dockyard when they were shipbuilding there years ago. And I know in the sort of 40s and 50s it used to employ most of the people that lived in the area, so you know, it was a very, very big employer. But yeah, I had a little wander around. It was very, very warm, very, very packed, so I didn't stay for too long, but I was probably there, you know, getting on for an hour or so. And then I headed back to the car, got back in. Doris had a little drive around, and yeah, it's really good. Really, really enjoyed having a spin out. On Saturday, I don't know whether you've been following Glastonbury at all. There was actually talk of Pulp appearing at Glastonbury. I'd called this earlier actually, as you know, I went to see Pulp recently, and I had noticed that there was a gap in their schedule which just happened to coincide with the Glastonbury weekend. And I said some time ago I wouldn't mind betting they turn up as the mystery act, and sure enough they did. They were introduced as Patchwork, and it was very clever how it was done. If you've not seen it, there were lots of people came on the stage and sort of shielded when the band appeared on there, and it was really, really good. And I think the best part of it was at the end when they did their anthem, if you like, Common People. The Royal Air Force Red Arrow team flew over the top of the pyramid stage while they were performing, and it was just unbelievable. Someone actually commented on Facebook that this has got to be one of the most British things I've seen in a long time. Pulp singing Common People on the pyramid stage at Glastonbury whilst the Red Arrows do a fly past, and it was just sensational. It really was good. And on the Sunday there was actually a air show over at Headcorn, which is probably, I don't know, 30 or so miles away from where I live, not too far away. And they were appearing at Headcorn as well. I think they were doing a lot of fly pasts for Armed Forces Day, so they were all over the place. But on Sunday I did see a B-17 World War II bomber go over, and also saw a couple of Spitfires. I didn't manage to get any pictures of the Spitfires, but I have got some from previously, which I'm going to post up so you can see those. These pictures were taken at Headcorn, where you can get really close to the planes. It's a great place to visit. And yeah, there were Spitfires down there. There were the B-17 bomber was putting in an appearance. I think it did about 5 or 6 laps of the airfield. I was watching it all on Flight Radar 24, and then I noticed, sort of pretty much at the last minute, that the Red Arrows were flying sort of towards Gillingham, and I just didn't manage to get my camera or my phone ready, and I missed getting a shot of them. But they come over the house and they were really quite low, and it was fantastic to see. It really was. But unfortunately I didn't get a picture. I have got pictures of them from seeing them at Folkestone a few years back, and a little bit of video, which I will also show you. But yeah, on the whole, a brilliant weekend. Had a really great time. I don't know what's planned this week. You may have seen my little bug hotel thingy that I've been building. I want to get that finished off this week and get that hung up on the wall. I've got a few more bits and pieces to do with it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that finished. I do, and I know I keep saying this, I do desperately need to lose some weight, so I'm going to try, if I can, to go out and do a bit of walking, or a bit of energetic walking, shall we say, of an evening, because I'm just not losing the weight and I need to do something about it. So there we go. We will try and get on the case with that. I'm also going to try and start taking a few more photographs, and yeah, see how we get on. But thanks ever so much for joining me. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you have a lovely week this coming week. Thanks for coming along, guys. I will see you again in another one very, very soon. Bye bye now.